Okay, we are officially starting the group chat tonight, so please bear with me if you're watching the replay. I have laryngitis, so I sound like crap, just so you know why I'm talking like this. All right, hello everybody. By the way, we've got a huge group chat tonight, and to start off, I promised two people I would help them out. So we have one guy, David, who promised he would volunteer and come on the group chat because his goal was to hit 10,000 in the next 2 months. So we're gonna help him get there. And then Jonathan, I guess, made a mistake, and he wants me to make an example of him today in the group chat. So he told me, asked specifically if I could help him, and I'm going to do that. Then we're going to get to the questions in the Facebook. Is there anything that you guys in particular want to know about tonight? I also have a special guest, one of my students who hit $40,000 last month on eBay. His name is Aaron, and he's going to do a little session here for you guys on what he does to make money on eBay. Aaron, his first month in the course, did over $8,000 his first month. And since I've lost my voice, I'm going to let him teach about 10 minutes of the group chat so he can show you. That way you guys can see someone who is in your shoes, started from scratch with the course, and just took off, hit the ground running right from the get-go. So, yep. Jalen says W2F, 40,000, yeah. We'll get into that in a little bit on what Aaron's doing. So, all right, let's get first Jonathan on the call, all right? And I'll help you out, and then we'll get David, and then we'll answer some general questions for you, okay? So, Jonathan, if you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Oh, okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, today I met up with a customer, and I purchased a iPhone 6 cracked, and we met at a public library, and I tried to go through the activation sequence, and I couldn't connect to the hotspot inside of the library.
Yep.
So I went ahead and purchased the phone for $40, and I went ahead and purchased it. I got his information, his driver's license, and everything. So I figured it was worth the gamble to take. No, I did not. I did not restore the phone. I tried to.
What you did is what's called gambling, okay?
Yes.
So now I am not a gambling man. I was at the casino a couple weeks ago at Mohegan Sun, but yet I didn't spend $1 in the slot machine. Why? Because I don't like losing money, and when you gamble, usually the casino wins, okay? And what you did, gamble, okay? And usually the customers win when you gamble. I hate to tell you this, you've probably learned that the hard way now, correct, Jonathan?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Because what happened when you finally connected that to Wi-Fi? I don't even know yet, but I'm going to ask.
Yeah. Well, when I got home with the phone, no SIM card was inside of the phone.
Yeah. And did you try to activate it yet?
Yeah, actually, that's what I've been doing for the past half an hour, trying to activate it. So because I asked him, did he turn off the Find My iPhone app off? Yep. He said he did. He said, if you have any issues or whatever, just give me a text. So I said, okay, fine. So I figured it was worth the gamble because I got his driver's license information and everything. So I figured, okay, cool. So I came home, and I'm trying to go through the activation sequence. So I went ahead and erased everything, and now I'm at the, let's see here. I'm at the hello menu right now, but I don't have no SIM card in the phone. So I'm wondering, now I'm kind of stuck right now. I'm trying to figure out what should I do from this point.
Well, now you got to go through the activation sequence. So you have to go to enter your language. You have to go to select United States. Then you put in the Wi-Fi. Make sure the SIM card's in there. And if it says this phone is still activated, it's tied to an Apple ID, that means that phone is Apple locked.
Okay, now it doesn't have a SIM card in here. When I bought it, it didn't have a SIM card.
Well, you'll need a SIM card for that carrier to get through the activation sequence.
How can I get one of those?
You can just order it on eBay. They're like $2 a piece. Just get one for Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. Now, okay. Jonathan, did you watch all the videos in the course? Because I actually have a few videos to specifically explain this.
Yes, I need to watch it again.
Yeah. Watch the video in the course that talks about having a SIM card kit and why you need one.
Okay.
And I explained that in the video where to get the SIM cards and what to do with them and going through the activation sequence. Yep. Okay? But in the future, don't ever buy a phone without restoring it right there in the spot. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, this is my first time dealing with an iPhone because I'm an Android guy, and I'm not used to dealing with iPhones.
The other thing is
with this
too, I mean,
particular
there's stuff sometimes that's just way too basic for me to put in the course. But if you're not tech savvy, just go on YouTube and Google how to go through activation sequence on iPhone. There's about 5 billion videos probably, and just watch videos. Okay.
Okay.
So,
All right.
whenever you need something like specifically like a phone specific situation, just go on YouTube and search for that question, and it should be able to answer it.
Okay.
Yep. You can get the SIM cards for $2 a piece. Though. Does that answer your question? Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, yep. I understand. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not afraid to make mistakes. So, I mean, that's the only way you can learn. So, but thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad that you're not afraid to lose a little bit of money. You learn by just doing. The more you do, the better you're going to get at this. So,
Yeah.
not everybody's going to be an Aaron Goldstein and hit 40,000 in 2 months. So, everybody. I had Eric's on this call. He just hit 10,000 last month, but he was doing the same things you were. His first month as well. So everybody goes at a different pace. As long as you take it out.
One more question, Dave.
Yep.
One more question. So, if this phone is locked, then what should I do if I get the SIM card?
Sell it on eBay as an iCloud locked phone. Just sell it for parts.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
Yeah, to get your money back. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Okay, David, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So I'm going to throw you off and somebody else off right now. I'm going to put a twist in the plot here. All right. So I'm going to put Amy on the spot, and I'm going to make her role play with you because I'm putting the pressure on her lately since she's now the CEO of Buy Sell Fix and running the company for me. She has to get you training people. So now I'm going to put the pressure on her and you at the same time. So you guys are going to role play together. She's going to first be the person that calls you. Then you're going to be the person that calls her. Okay? You ready for this? And then I'll intervene. I know I didn't tell you that. Okay, yeah, come on over here a little bit. Scoot up. All right. By the way, I don't know if you guys met my wife, Amy. She runs Buy Sell Fix for me. This time. Yeah. No.
All right, David, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. So you're the one calling me with a phone for sale, correct?
Yes. That's how we were going to do it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Here we go.
Hello. This is David.
Hi. You buy phones?
Yes, I do. Thanks for giving me a call.
All right. Well, I've got this iPhone 6s that I'm looking to sell.
Okay, 6S. Do you know what carrier that's on?
I'm using it for Metro PCS right now.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just stick to the basics.
A little advanced.
Yeah.
I'm using it for Sprint.
Sprint. Okay. Not a problem. Is there any cracks or damage to the phone whatsoever?
It's got a couple scratches on the screen, but no, it works fine.
Okay, great. Do you know how many gigabytes the phone is by any chance?
I think it's 32.
Okay. Sure. Let me get a quote for you. And did you find me on Craigslist or was it Facebook?
It was actually Craigslist.
Oh, okay. Great. Well, I appreciate you giving me a call.
Oh, no problem.
Let's see. Let me do a little bit of research here. So what I could do for you, I could do $75.
Hmm. 75?
Yes.
I was hoping to get maybe 90 for it. Is that the best you can do?
Yes. By any chance, are you by a computer, or do you have your cell phone handy where you could get onto eBay?
No, actually, not really. I'm kind of at work on break right now.
Okay, that's fine. How I came up with that price is what I do is I resell the phones on eBay. So what I do is I do a search for the phones, and if you go to the left-hand side, there's an area that you could click on that'll tell you it'll tell you how much the phone's actually sold for. And some of the prices that I'm looking at here are one of them sold for about $150. The other one was for about $160. One was $150. So what it is, when I resell the phone, eBay actually takes out 10%. So $150, that would be $15, and that's not including postage. So we're looking at $130. If I was to buy it for anything higher than that, like $90 or $100, I would only be making about $30, $40 profit. So that's the reason why I gave you the estimate of $75. Does that make sense?
A little. I'm a little confused, but you couldn't do anything better than 75?
Well, I mean, the most I could really do is I could do $80, and I could come to you with cash and pick it up within the next couple hours, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, sure. If you can come to me, I was hoping to get 90, but yeah, 80 sounds fair.
Okay, great. So yeah, let me just get your address, and I'll be there in the next couple hours.
Okay, let me stop intervene now here. All right,
Okay.
Guys, that was great. So I'm going to just see from the general audience perspective, how would you guys rate David's call? I want to see what everybody else says first. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being he'll never buy a phone in his life, 10 being he's going to flip more than me.
I give it an 8 out of.
Wow.
Yeah, not bad. I'm sure you do better.
Wow, Jonathan says 9, Steve says 7, Aaron says 5, Tony says 6, Aaron says 6, Jalen says 7, Matthew says 6, Craig 6, Charlie 5, Steve 7, Chris 5, Eric 6, Tony 8.5. Okay, so you guys are mostly on. I actually would rate David about a 6 or a 6.5. Okay, so you did pretty good, David, especially for being kind of a newer member. How long have you been in the course?
Since June, so I've been here for a while.
Oh, you have been here for a while. Okay. So, but this is your first official group chat where we're actually role playing and talking together and stuff like that, though. So, guys, definitely, lesson learned. If you want to advance, don't hesitate or be shy. Get on this group chat, because if I had just done this with David 4 months ago, you might already be at 10,000 a month right now. Okay. So don't let fear or anything else stop you from getting on here and practicing. Because that it's great that David is doing this now. It's fantastic. So David, I'm going to help you out with a couple of pointers that's going to get you from a 6 to a 9 to a 10. Okay, because I'm closing about 7 or 8 out of 10 deals is my closing average. So for every 10 calls, I'll close 7 or 8. Period. Every time. 10 calls, I close 7 or 8. No matter what month, no matter the day, no matter the week, I always close 7 or 8. Most people only close 2 out of 10, and if they're good. Okay, so that's probably where you're at now, is maybe 1 or 2 out of 10. Okay, but imagine the dramatic increase in money you'll make if you can close 7 or 8 out of 10. Okay, because now most people only get 6 to 8 calls a day, and if that means I close 4 to 5 phones a day, is disgusting money. And Aaron is the only person in this course that's come close to closing that type of deals. And the reason he's beating me right now is I'm not doing it anymore. I don't take the calls my employees do. They cannot be as good as me. I've had years of sales experience. Here's a couple things to improve if you want to get up to my level. 1, I didn't hear you say the word Amy ever during the whole call. How many times have I said the word David to you as I've been speaking these last few minutes?
Yeah, quite a few.
Yes, okay? You guys probably can't count, but you know I've said the word David multiple times. When I do a call with someone, you need to use their name. If you want to make an instant connection with someone, use their name. And we're trained in sales. When I sold $1,800 vacuum cleaners door to door. So we had to knock on a door in a random neighborhood. They would drop us off in a van. We would carry an $1,800 vacuum cleaner and knock on the door. And they trained us to use the person's name 3 to 5 times within the first 2 minutes, because that built rapport, so they didn't call the police on you. Because that would happen a lot in that business. I sold Kirby vacuum cleaners. I was one of their #1 sales trainers eventually for the entire New England region. So it's very important to use that person's name because it breaks down the resistance, okay? Does that make sense? So, David, okay, don't take this the wrong way. When I hear your phone call, okay, you sound technically good, but you sound very technical as well. It sounds like I'm talking to the man working at the desk at Microsoft when I have a problem with my computer software. Okay? They're very helpful, they're very technical, and they're very nice, but they're not salesmen. Does that make sense? Okay, so to now turn you into salesman, you have to have a little bit of personality as you speak. And the way you get that personality is saying that person's name, right, David? Right? And then also stopping and making sure that person's getting what you're saying.
Okay.
So, David, give me a couple of things that I said that will help improve your sales calls in the future.
Don't be as technical. Use their name at least 2 to 3 times in the first 2 minutes of the conversation. Yeah, don't be technical. Be a lot more casual.
Yep. There we go. Now watch. See, your voice just relaxed. As you just said that and you smiled, your voice, there was a difference, okay? I want you to picture, I'm sorry, it's a little brash, right? But like, picture you just had the best sex in your life, okay? You're not going to sound like, hello, how are you doing today? You're going to be like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? Good to see you. Okay? That's how you want to talk when you're with people on the telephone. Like you just had the best sex you ever had in your life. That's when you're the most laid back. You're like, you don't care about anything at that point. You're just on cloud 9, right? So
right.
I want you to be like that with your customers because they are going to mirror your emotions. And when you're super relaxed and happy and feel good about yourself, that's how they feel. Does that make sense?
It does.
And when you make people feel really good and relaxed on the phone with you, then they're going to want to do business. They're going to listen to you more. Amy had a hard time understanding you because it's very difficult because it was so technical. There was so much words being thrown, but there was no emotions. Right? And remember, we're not logical people, we're emotional people. Right?
Right.
So you have to create emotion during the call. This is the stuff that takes just a guy who's okay to someone that's fantastic. Okay? Does that make sense?
It does.
So I want you to answer the phone call like you just had the best sex in your life. You just drank a 6-pack, you're smoking a cigarette, whatever, you're feeling good. Right? I want you to answer the call and now talk to me like that and say the name David. Say my name. You just had text, say my name. Okay, here we go. You ready? I'm just messing you. I'm having a little fun myself because I like
It's weird.
Okay. Go ahead, here we go. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Oh, it froze up.
Oh, this is David.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Oh, look at that
did
smile
it?
on your face. There you go. Hi, how you doing? I'm calling. I have a phone I want to sell.
Hey, thanks for giving me a call. What kind of phone is it that you have?
All right, now let's stop. Did anybody notice a difference in David's voice there? Just the first like 30 seconds of the call when I told him to do that. Did you see a difference in the tone?
Yep.
Matthew says huge. Jonathan says yes.
Yes.
Guys, you know only 10% on a call is what you say. The rest is how you say it. And I know I say this every group chat, but oh, by the way, everybody's frozen. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It's freezing up. I just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. Says my internet connection's unstable. Let me
Yeah, I can.
Don't go on your computer. Don't do that.
No?
No. Frozen. Okay. So 10% is just the words. The rest is all your tone when you're on a phone call, okay? So really picture that and put yourself in a state. When that person answers the phone, you're probably rushing around, you're probably busy, you're tired from work. You got to forget about all that. I want you to think back to that happiest moment. Like, you know, maybe it isn't the best sex you ever had. Maybe something else. Maybe you just, you know, you won the lottery once, or you hit the jackpot in the casino. It's a time where you felt amazing. Just put yourself in that state and answer that call. I don't care if you just found out you had an unpaid bill for $500 and you're like, I want to kill someone. That phone rings. You're like, hello. Okay. You get yourself in that state right away. Does that make sense?
It does.
To some of you guys, this may seem like very simple, stupid advice, but try it. Do it, because it's the little things that make the big differences in business. So if you can do this, it's what's going to take you from good to being a superstar. Okay, so now I want you to do that with Amy. Now you're going to call her, and I want you, she was too easy on you. Be hard on her, okay?
All right.
I've given you permission. I know it's my wife. It's all right. Go ahead. Be hard on her.
I need you.
All right. Ring, ring.
Thank you for calling Buy Sell Fix. How can I help you?
Hi, I have a iPhone I want to sell.
All right, great. What kind of iPhone you looking to sell?
It's I think it's a 7.
iPhone 7? All right, perfect. And what carrier were you using that on?
Let's see. It's unlocked.
All right, great. It's unlocked. And just out of curiosity, were you using it for Verizon, AT&T?
It was a T-Mobile.
T-Mobile? Perfect. It's a good company. Oh, 1 second. And do you happen to know the memory size on that? Like how many gigs?
I'm not really technical, so I would say it's 36.
All right. I think it's a 32, but I'll take a look at that for you. Just confirm.
Yeah, 32.
32? All right, perfect. And let me take a look to see what we got going on. And is there anything wrong with it at all?
I had the screen replaced on it, but other than that, it's brand new.
Oh, all right. So you had it fixed and now it's working fine?
Right.
All right. So let's see what we got going on. Try to get the best price I can for you. Just give me a second. Okay, you said it's no longer cracked. And that's the regular size iPhone 7, right? Not the big Mongo, big one plus?
Yeah, it doesn't seem really big.
Yeah, some of them are huge. Have you seen the plus size ones?
No.
They're huge. It's like putting a tablet to your ear.
Huh.
All right. So right now it's looking like I can do about 100 and I can do like 150 on that for you. Does that sound fair?
Huh. Yeah, I mean, I was on Facebook Marketplace, and there were people that were selling the phone for $250, $300.
Well, let me play with the numbers. What I do is all the phones that I buy, they get sold on eBay. And actually, you're about right. I'm looking on eBay right now, and it seems like I'll probably get about maybe $260, $270 for it. So by the time I factor in all my fees, unfortunately, I end up paying 10% of whatever it sells for, and I got shipping and all that. So let me see if there's any play in the numbers. How much are you looking to get for it, out of curiosity?
Since it's selling for $250 on eBay, I mean, I'd like 220.
220? Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's way too much. If it, like I said, I mean, I'll probably end up getting about 250, 260 for it. So let me work the numbers here. So just for my fees alone, if I sell it for $260, I end up paying about $35 worth of fees straight off the top. So, I mean, that brings the total down to like $230. Let me see.
I'd be willing to go down to 200.
Well, I offered you 150. Like, there's not a lot of room for the price, but I mean, if you're willing to come meet me halfway, maybe would you take 160 for it?
Can we call it 170?
I'm sorry, my name's Amy. What's your name again? I didn't catch it.
Oh, David.
David, you're a tough negotiator, David. Let me see. If you're willing to come and meet me a little bit closer, I might be able to go a little bit higher on the price, but I mean, I can do like 165. Does that sound fair? That's probably the highest that I can go, unfortunately.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right, great. Well, we'll decide on what's your address? Like what town?
1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Sure. All right. Well, let's see. You might meet me at the McDonald's on Smith Street in I don't know, Smithsville.
All right, sounds good.
All right, sounds great. I'll see you then. Nice talking to you, David. I look forward to meeting you.
All right, so let's stop. Now we're doing 2 role plays. I hope I'm not boring you guys with all these role plays. But now you get to see me critique Amy live in front of you. All right.
I am nervous. I'm not used to doing this in front of so many people.
Guys, I want you to be honest. Can you rate Amy now on a scale of 1 to 10? 1, she'll never work for me again. 10, we're gonna sell probably 30,000 next month on eBay. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Don't go easy. I want you to be
No,
honest.
right. Give it.
Aaron says a 7. Yanni says 7.
Feedback.
Chris says a 5. Jamie says 7. Craig says a 7. Eric says 7. Then Jonathan says 7. Tony says a 6. Diane says a 7. Says a 7.5. Joel says an 8. Honestly, 8.5. Steven says 6. Okay, so you did a little bit better than David. Okay, looks like I'm going to be honest. I'm going to rate that about a 7, 7.5. Okay, and I'll tell you why. I think it's borderline. It's between a 7 and an 8. I'm undecided. So here's what Amy did a little bit better. Now, 8 out of 10 is still not bad. She'll probably close 4 deals out of 10 as opposed to me closing 7 or 8 out of 10. And this is why, again, it's very hard for me to do super high numbers having employees work for me because even my own wife, it's hard for me to train to be as good as me as a salesperson. So here's what I did like and what I didn't like. What I did like is you did pause a lot, which was good. When he was negotiating, you didn't just jump in and give the offer. You did go, ooh, I don't know. Okay, here's what I didn't like. Now, apart from everything, you said everything technically. You and David both said everything technically well. You did the script. So the script is gets you to about a 5 out of 10, saying, well, if you look on eBay, I got to pay 10% fees, blah, blah, all that stuff. Okay, that gets you to about a 5 out of 10 once you know the script. But the rest of it is all tonality and how you interact with the person. It's tonality and personality, right? So when he said to you, can you do, I don't know, what was that, 190 or something? Is that what you said?
Something like that. It was like
something like that, right? You said, David, oh, you're a tough negotiator. Now, to me, that's kind of corny. I feel like that's something like a used car salesman would say. So instead of that, I prefer to use tonality over words. I would say something like, David, can you do 190 on it?
Yeah, can you do 190?
Oh. Oh, man.
What kind of sex is that?
I mean, I'm going to stretch it out so it's almost painful. I want him to feel my, pain and aggravation as he gives me this number. I'm going to drag it out in my gut. I've done this to someone once to see how long I could stretch this out. I literally did this once to a guy for 5 minutes straight. I just groaned and moaned for 5 minutes.
Shit, man.
I could say something like, well, David, you're a tough negotiator. But see, for some reason, when I just go like, oh,
Dang.
you can like sympathize with my pain. Like, oh shit, did I say something wrong, man? Like, I'm sorry. You just forget it. I'll do the 160. Just stop with the groaning. It's just like they can't take it anymore.
Oh, man.
Does this make sense? Is everybody understanding this? Okay, so I mean, if you learn that technique alone, that's gonna skyrocket you 2 or 3 points higher on the scale of 1 to 10 just by doing that. Okay, you got to be a little bit of an actor. The best salespeople that I've ever encountered are amazing at acting. They're like chameleons. They can be in any environment and change their personality like that. I mean, Amy, you see me when I'm in the most frustrated moods, everything's going wrong, and then a client comes in and, hey, how's it going? How you doing today? This is Dave from Buy Sell Fix. Nice to meet you. Okay? You guys haven't seen me. Sometimes on Facebook Lives, my phone is screwing up. There's times where I got like, fuck you. I grabbed the phone and threw it because it wouldn't work. And then I get on, I'm like, what's up, guys? This is Dave Kosciuszko, Flip Phones with Profit. How's it going? Right? Like, you've just got to learn how to switch gears and turn that on. And if you can change your state, increase your tonality, and you can learn those pauses. Oof. And not be afraid of it. So many people think if they do this, they're going to lose the deal. They're like scared. Oh, God, the guy's going to hang up. No. You got him on the hook, man. You got him on the hook. Nobody's hanging up. When you're like, what it is, it's called the curiosity bias of the brain. So there's 25 biases of the brain which cause your brain to make decisions as a human being. One of them is curiosity. And have you ever heard the expression curiosity kills the cat? Which means when we don't know something and we're on the edge, we will hang on as long as we can to find out just out of pure curiosity. And the less you speak, the more you amplify that bias. So it makes them want it more. Okay, I'm getting a little too technical. I'm thinking it too complicated. Anyways, the other thing for Amy to improve her negotiation, I think she used David's name, but like 10 minutes into the call. That's a big mistake. You got to say the name. If she said his name like in the beginning of the call but forgot it at the end, it would have been better than if she said it 10 times in the beginning. You got to say their name immediately. I make a goal to say their name like 3 times in the first 30 seconds. How many people ever did a free call with me? Anybody? Anybody did a free call with me to like sign up for this course? When I used to do free calls or anything like that. Anybody here do that? Anybody ever message me on Facebook before they bought the course? How many people here did I use your name when I was talking to you? When you were asking me about the course. Did I say your name? Steve says yes. Chris says yes. Eric says yes. How many people here when they role play your name immediately when you got on the group chat? So don't forget to say people's name when you're on the call, guys. That's probably the best tip I give you if you want advanced sales skills. Say their name, make sure they're paying attention, and use that pause. Who's been practicing the pause like that, by the way? That oof. Anybody? Who has gotten results in this group doing that?
I've paused every.
Chris says yes. Tony says yes. Who's talking? Who said that?
I paused every single sale.
Awesome. Excellent. And it works well?
Yeah, it works well. Yep, definitely.
Sorry,
you have to sometimes.
All right. So let's now get into the questions in the Facebook group. Okay. David, was that helpful, this role play?
Yeah, it was very helpful. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So go ahead and crush it now. 10,000 a month. All right. So let's now go into these Facebook questions here for the group chat. Let's see. David said he needed courage to do a call. You did it. Great job, man. Callum says, how many ads do we post daily? What's the best way to reach customers? You want to be posting 2 to 3 ads a day on Craigslist until you get up to 30 or 40 ads. Once you get up to 30 or 40 ads on Craigslist, then you optimize your ads. You don't keep posting more ads. You then optimize the ads you have to make sure you're getting the most calls from them. I think Aaron might be going over that today on our group chat. Aaron, what were you going to cover in our group chat today? You can go ahead and unmute yourself. Were you going to cover ads, or what else were you going to cover? He's typing in the chat here.
I can really cover whatever you want me to cover.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that's what you had planned. Because if you did, I'll hold that till you go on, because you did pretty good with the ads. Let's see.
I was going to cover a lot of like closing through just messaging, but I'll do whatever you want me to do.
Oh, okay. That's good. That's something I don't teach normally, so that's fine. Andy says, how much with the iPhone 6 release depressed prices, early model iPhones? I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. I can't see that stuff. It's not a question that I can answer that. So honestly, I think the question is irrelevant. Just don't worry about how much it's going to depress it. Just do the appraisal on eBay, and whatever it's selling for, do the appraisal. The prices aren't going to drop that severe in 2 weeks. If you were expecting 710 and you had to sell it at 530, you overappraised it. Is what happened. You have to work on your appraisal skills. So let's see. Jamie says, I am brand new to phone flipping. I sell things primarily on Amazon. Want to diversify my income. Would you suggest I get started flipping phones now or go through quarter? I would do it right now. I mean, it doesn't take much time to really flip a phone. It takes, I have guys that do $8,000 a month working 5 hours a week. I'm pretty sure you could probably squeeze in 5 hours a week to do this, and it'll get you some experience. Now, you don't have to go crush it, but if you make an extra $1,000 or $2,000 a month and you only work a couple hours a week, why would you give up that money when you could start making it now and get the experience? Take action immediately. Who knows? Maybe a month from now you'll forget about phone flipping. You won't even want to do it. Do it while it's on your brain. Just get started. Post some Craigslist ads and get into it. A guy offered me iPhone 17 mobile bad ESN due to financial issue for $200. Is that a good deal? Let's do this right now, Benjamin. So copy that. Let's do an appraisal together. iPhone 17 mobile. Okay, here we go. So that's a 7 Plus. We don't look at this. Remember, 7 Plus. iPhone 7, $254.99. That looks about right. $279.99. So okay, so we got one for $255 that we can use, one for $280. Remember, we want to find 3 appraisals, three comparables. Okay.
Does the rose gold have any effect on that? Does it change the value?
Nope. Color means nothing. Don't pay attention to color. Color is useless.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Unless it's like a rare limited edition color that they only made so many of, then it might. But okay, I gotta find one more here.
I just sold this.
7 Plus, no good. This is 128, no good. We gotta find one more iPhone 7.
Was that one? Did you pass it? Oh.
My computer keeps freezing up. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Here's one, $299, but this one sold November 3rd. Oh, well, that's about right. I'm thinking this will sell for about $280. I'm going to say $280 on this one. Here's one. No, that's a 7 Plus. The values kind of swing here, so I want to just do a little more in-depth research. That actually looks like a Plus. I think they listed that wrong. It is a Plus. That's not a regular iPhone 7. That's why it sold so high. Yeah, be careful of that. They put the wrong phone. It's not a 7. It's a Plus. So that's why that'll give you a false value because it's $299 was too high. Be careful when one's way off the others. This is right. $237.95. All right. So it's actually going to sell about $250 is what the actual appraisal will be on this. About $250. Okay. So Chris says it's $280. $280 is a little high. I would say maybe $260, but I wouldn't appraise it $280 to buy. Now, Benjamin had asked, would he pay $200 is a good deal? Do you guys think $200 is a good deal for a phone that's going to sell for $250? Would you buy that? Hell no. Hell no. Okay. Most I would pay on that is $160 at the max. I would not pay $200 because there's not enough room for profit in case something happens, if the phone ends up being stolen or there's a problem with it or it gets lost in shipping. You got to have enough profit margin in these. Oops. Let me go back to the questions really quick. Chris had asked, average age of people that are selling you phones. Marketing tools be. Okay, so guys, Chris, I'm sorry, but most of your questions here are irrelevant. I mean, it doesn't matter. Who cares? Like, I don't know how that's going to help you sell any more phones. So I'm just not going to answer those. Sorry. And let's see, the marketing tools. Marketing tools is Facebook groups and Craigslist. Just don't try to reinvent the wheel, guys. Just stick to the basics and do the basics. Just do a lot of the basics, and that's what works. What's the farthest distance people will travel? Okay, well, whatever, if it's a $150 phone, you got to look at your finances and say, how much I'm going to travel for $150 profit. What am I making now? If you're making nothing, you should travel an hour and a half to get the damn phone because you're broke, right? But if you're making a lot of money and you're putting a value on your time, then you travel a little less. It's all situational. Don't do paid Facebook marketing yet either until you maybe have a store like me. And even that, Facebook marketing doesn't work well for this. Let's see. Chris has a bunch of specific marketing questions on platforms if there's time. I think Eric answered that question right there with that comment for me. Chris, are you on this chat right now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, Chris, I love you, man. I'm glad you're coming on here. Can I just be really blunt with you on a couple things?
Yeah, sure.
I know you were struggling. I got to help you out. Look, every time you post, Chris, it's like a novel.
It's cool.
Every time you post, it's like a freaking novel.
Yeah.
Okay? You got to change that. People overcomplicate things really struggle, especially in sales, Chris, okay? One thing as a salesperson is keep it simple. You've heard of that before? KISS.
Yeah.
Keep it simple, stupid, okay? If I'm a professional at this and it gives me a headache to read your post, imagine what it does to the other members.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to be considerate of other people's time. So when you ask a question, keep the questions very simple and specific so someone else can answer them easily, okay? Does that make sense?
All right.
And then also focus on just doing the basic stuff in the course. Don't try to do things your own way. I notice you try to do that a lot. Just stick with the basics. Just watch the videos in the course and do shitloads of all the stuff I teach you. Keep it really simple.
All right.
Don't overcomplicate it. Just do it. Buy right in.
All right.
Jump right in. Is that cool? Sound
Yeah.
good? Awesome. Because I know you're the next guy to hit 10,000 a month. You can do it.
All right.
That didn't sound reassuring. Give me a reassuring, Dave. I'll hit 10,000 a month. Come on, man.
Dave, I'm gonna hit 10,000 a month.
Who believes them? Say yes if you believe.
It's hard. I'm not.
Yes, you can do it, man. You can do it.
I know I can. I guess that's gonna be leading to excuses, so I better not go there.
You can do it.
Yes.
You can do it.
Chris, you've been the king of complainers since I've known you. No more complaining. No more excuses. Time to get it done.
All right, I've been working on that.
By the way, guys, look, it doesn't.
Hopefully, I've at least gotten a little bit better.
Guys, it doesn't do you any good to complain about the scammer that burned you on eBay in our Facebook group. That doesn't help you guys. All it does is it focuses on the negatives. Yes, it sucks. It all sucks when bad shit happens, but bad shit happens in life. That's just how we deal with things, right? So instead of complaining about it in the group and publicly posting that, instead, be like, you know what? That bastard screwed me. I'll show him. I'm doing 10,000 this month. I'm tired of this shit, man. Screw this. I don't care about this scammer. I'll show the scammer. You know something? One time when I was young, and I was 21 years old, because you're a young kid, right, Chris? Chris?
Yeah, I'm 20.
You're 20, okay. So when I was young,
yeah, I'm 20.
I was like 21, 22.
Yeah.
I got really drunk at a party. I was with these really hot girls. Sorry, Amy. I wasn't with Amy at the time. I was with these really hot girls. They must have put something in my drink because I passed out at the party. Now, I was an idiot, and I had $800 cash in my pocket and was wearing all this gold jewelry because I was doing really good at sales, right? So they robbed me. I woke up, and all my cash was gone in my pocket, and all all my jewelry was gone. I freaked out. I started grabbing people by the shirt in the party going, where's my freaking money? Right? And then nobody would tell me. I was all pissed off. And you know what? I walked out of the going, screw these idiots. Because at the end of the day, they got my $800. But you know what? Next week, I'm making $2,000. Next week, I became the #1 salesperson in the company, and I made $2,500 for my paycheck. So whenever bad stuff happens, react with, you know what? Bring it on, bitch, because I'll show you what I'm going to do next. That's got to be your attitude. Okay, Chris, can you do that for me from now on?
Yeah.
Say it, Chris. Bring it on, bitch.
All right. So let's get on.
Bring it on, bitch.
There we go. Yeah, baby. Yeah, that's what I like. All right. I wanted to chat tonight. I just received a call from one of those people you spoke about, the ones who are volume sellers who know the ropes. He says he has me tomorrow night. He moved here from Colorado and can source more a week. What do you think? So this is one of those questions where it's a little bit kind of complicated. Just try to simplify the question for next time. It looks like you're trying to ask about an iPad Pro, and you made an offer of $500 on each iPhone. Two iPhones 8 Plus. Okay. A little low, but in our area, it's hard to find someone who'll pay enough. I mean, I would buy it. If you can get a good deal and you're making money, buy it. If it's an iPhone, Chris says I won't pay over $300 for a brand new phone, but this is an iPhone 8 Plus 256 gigabytes, like $1,000 phone. So $500 is pretty damn good on it. That's like half the price is going to sell for it. I would buy it in that situation. I'll pay the $350 for like an iPhone, like a 7 or 7 Plus or something like that. But an iPhone 8 Plus 256 gigabytes is worth a ton of money. So $500 is a steal on that. Eric says, hopefully you're on the chat, Eric. I think I just talked to you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Joel says, if you put ads up on Craigslist and you're not able to go buy at the moment, how do you get out of buying them? Skim the stuff. Okay, why do you want to get out of buying them? Joel, are you in the chat right now? Why would you not want to buy if people call? Are you limited on funds? Because if that's the case, I can answer a question to help you out with that. So, guys, never not post because you can't buy, whether time-wise, money-wise, whatever. Always keep the calls coming in. Worst case scenario, just lowball them. Most of you guys at least have $100, I think. And, half of the stuff we listed $4,000 on my eBay store today. Half the stuff I listed, we bought for $5, $10, $50. It really wasn't that much. And a lot of that stuff we're selling for $90 to $100 to $150. That's a pretty good profit margins. You only need $100. I mean, you don't have to be buying brand new iPhone 8s to be making a killing here. So, I wouldn't not answer the calls. I'm not sure why you're asking that. I think it'd be better if you came on the group chat so I could talk to you to help you out with that. So, Joel, next time, come on the group chat, ask me questions directly so I can help you with that because there's some questions I need to ask you, all right, if you're watching the replay. And if you're on here, jump on right now. Diane says, would you post Craigslist ads even if you don't have much money? Hell yes. Yes. Oh, she's doing the translations for Benjamin right now. Sorry. All right. Okay, I think who found this chat helpful tonight so far? Did you guys learn anything?
Yep.
The last two chats, we really went over Facebook posting and groups and Craigslist ads. So if you missed those and you want to learn how to get more calls, just watch the last group chats. They were fantastic on Craigslist posting and Facebook groups. So just search in the group. Last two group chats we did were excellent. This one I want to focus a little bit more on negotiation. And now Aaron is going to give you guys some high-level texting stuff. Now, I don't agree with text messaging because I value my time, okay? However, if you're in a situation where you have to text, for example, Aaron works at a T-Mobile, coincidentally, works at a cell phone store, and he's not able to answer the calls, so he has to text. So if you're in that position, then I recommend using this technique. If not, I just call them and get on the phone with them right away. Okay, so Aaron, are you ready?
Yes.
Awesome. So I'll let you take over. Go ahead.
Okay.
So by the way, if you missed the beginning,
right, so
Aaron did hit 40,000 last month on eBay, and I said he's going to do a quick segment for me here. So go ahead, Aaron. Now I just want to make sure in case anybody wasn't on the group chat at the beginning, they could hear that.
Okay. All right, guys. So let me give you the blueprint that I follow for closing deals through texting. And I do this for texting, and I also do it for the apps. And if you guys, I guess, have any questions, just kind of stop me while I'm going through it and kind of, let me know what you think, or if you want me to clarify anything. So I know Dave, does pretty much everything through calling. I do pretty much everything through texting. I don't think I picked up the phone in about 3 weeks, and I get about 5 phones a day through texting and then through the apps. You guys, I don't know if you guys use the apps like OfferUp and 5 Miles and stuff like that. But I'm getting 30-ish leads, 30 to 50 leads a day from there. So obviously I don't close all of them, but I know if I can close, let's say 5 of them, and I'm making at least $50 each, that's $350 a day in profit. That's still, $100,000 a year. So let me, let's see if there's a way I could write it down, or you want me to write it down on a thing and do a screen share, Dave, or just say it?
Yeah, if you can do a screen share, that'll be great. Can you share your screen?
Yeah.
I have examples where you can
let me
show
see
it.
how to do it real fast.
Just go to share screen on the bottom there. You click share screen, and then top left, you're going to share dashboard.
All right, cool. Cool. All right, you guys can see the Word doc? All right, guys. So what I do is I follow a couple strategies. So the first thing I do is I'm always moving towards the close. And this is just kind of general stuff. Then I'm going to give you guys the exact scripts, the exact words that I say. And you can literally take it, and then you could just start using it yourself. You don't have to try to you could just copy and paste this and close deals with it. So, when people are messaging you on the app, it's different than when they're on the phone because their attention can be divided. If they stop and they call you on their phone, a bigger percentage of their attention is going to be focused directly on you. On the app, they're doing a few other things. And that gives us, so because of that, there's different things we want to be aware of, and there's different, I guess, a little different strategy. It's kind of like on the phone, you could say words that puts more pressure on someone to try to close. If you say that on the messaging, a lot of times they'll just stop responding to you because it's easier to get away from the tension by ignoring you. On the phone, they might not want to hang up on you, so they'll just kind of keep the conversation going. So when they, they'll send you a message and they'll say something like, and if you guys do the apps, this is what they say. They'll be like, I have a phone for sale. And then I always say the exact same thing, and I have it all in like the thing where you hit a couple buttons and it puts it out. I say, awesome. What do you have? And I say it exactly like this. And I like to break down why I say it like this, just so hopefully you might be able to get a deeper understanding of it and see why I do it. So awesome is kind of like a positive word, right? It's kind of like, awesome, great, that's fantastic. So it's keeping it kind of positive and upbeat, but I'm not going overboard, right? So if we were to say awesome with 10 exclamation marks and a heart emoji and a $sign, that might seem a little, weird, right? So in the messaging, I want to keep it kind of like stable and solid, but positive while I'm moving towards the close. You guys kind of following me? Does this kind of make sense so far?
Yeah.
So I'll say, all right, cool. So I'll say, awesome, what do you have? And they'll say, them. I have, so someone throw out like a phone. What's a phone?
iPhone 7 Plus.
All right. So I have an iPhone 7 Plus. And then I always say, the next thing I always say, let me try to make this bigger for you guys. That was all the shit I was going to go over, but I guess and then I'll say, so awesome, what do you have? And they'll say iPhone 7 Plus. And I'll say, sometimes I'll say awesome again, sometimes I won't. Awesome. Any problems with it?
Not to interrupt you, just really quick. Do you have just some Facebook messages you could share of you actually closing deals? Might be a little easier just to break down that conversation, and then people could see a real life example of you closing the deal. Probably be more exciting.
Let me see.
Just to warn you, you're sharing your screen. So if you have any interesting messages or anything you don't want anybody to see, just stop sharing for a second before. Just warning you.
I appreciate that.
I know.
Let me, it's on the other Facebook, so let me try to pull that up real quick. Facebook. All right, just give me. I'm on the other screen now, pulling it up. The first Facebook I got blocked, so now I'm using a second one.
Okay.
Let's see. So. All right, give me 1 sec, guys. No problems with it.
Now, while Aaron's looking for that, just want to let everybody know, the texting is a lot like when we just negotiate in person, except you're just conveying the emotions through a text. The problem with texting is that you can't convey emotions through a text. So you could say there's no tone. And remember I told you guys, it's not the words, it's the tone, but you can't convey tone in a text. One of the reasons why I don't like texting. But what Aaron's doing, he's using words that would invoke a tone, like awesome, would invoke a positive tone, rather than what do you have could be, well, what do you have? Well, what do you got? Like that. Or it can be, what do you have? But they don't know because it just says, what do you have? So when he says awesome, that starts it off positively. How are you making out, Aaron? You almost ready?
Give me 1 sec. I'm trying. I was using the apps the last couple of days. I got a bunch of stuff in here I got to respond to. Let's see. Let's see. I'm interested.
And by the way, if you want to use distinct face, I call it distinct face and I go, ooh. You can use that in texting by using a frowny emoji. Actually, if someone says something like, oh, can you do 100? And, you offered him 60. You ever seen the emoji, the guy when he puts his hand up like this, like he's thinking? You can use that emoji like, and that kind of conveys that same emotion to like, I don't know. You can do that, and it works. Because the emojis are how you can transfer tonality into a text. Same thing. If you use a frowny face, if someone offers some price, you can offer like a sick face or something like, like one of those emojis that has like the ghosted open face like that, like, and then make people feel how you feel when they offer that. But don't be careful with that so that it doesn't turn them off though. Don't put like the angry face or something where they think you're going to punch them in the head or something like that because of the offer. You don't want to convey that emotion. So be careful. You got to really, that's the thing I don't like about texting is you can slip up very easily. Without doing it on purpose, on accident. Aaron, let me know if you're all set. I'll let you take over.
All right. Well, you're good, man. I haven't been on here. I was trying to find something on the app. Just give me a sec.
Hey,
I'm trying to find one that was closed and correct.
Yep.
Hey, Dave, I got a quick question, Dave. You know what?
Sure.
I'm here doing this thing. Hey, the iPhone repair course, how much is your course? Because I'm getting people asking me, do I do repairs and stuff like that? So that's telling me I need to go ahead and hop on that course and do the repairs.
Oh, yeah.
And get in that business.
Yeah. If you're one of my phone flipping course members, you get that course for only $197, the phone repair course, iPhone repair course.
Oh, okay, cool.
I highly recommend it. I think
Cool,
everybody
okay.
in this entire group should be repairing iPhones. It's almost like throwing money out the door if you don't.
Yeah, it's fascinating, man, because when I meet up with clients, whatever, they ask me all these type of questions, and that's the number one thing they ask me, like, do you repair phones and stuff? So that's opportunity for me in my little area. So I'm going to go ahead and buy that course.
And even if you only get 4 repairs a week, it's $50 profit repair, and it takes 10 minutes. So that's $200 profit per week for doing like 45 minutes worth of work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely adds to your bottom line. And that's, 4 repairs a day is like horrible. Like we do like 8 a day at one of my stores. So just one of my stores, and I have 3 of them. Anyways, but yeah.
Okay.
Aaron, how you make it out? You almost ready? We got the audience hanging here.
Yeah, I got one right here that I could go through.
Okay, go ahead.
I was trying to find a tough one with a bunch of objections, but this will kind of give you the outline of it.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So I posted the ad, right? Same thing, just as we do in the apps. We just posted here. So I posted the ad. This guy says, I have a perfect condition iPhone 7. And I said, no problems with it, because I always want to see what the problems are, right? I'm always trying to see what the problems are because I'm going to praise it based on the problems. No, I literally just paid it off so I could get an iPhone 8 Plus. I said, which company is it with? He said AT&T. I said, what color and how many gigabytes? He said, flat black, 32 gig. And then I praised it right there. I said, awesome, I can give you $230 for it. And I want to keep the questions, I want to see any problems that it has and get a couple details, and then I go right for the close. About half the time, I don't even ask how many gigabytes it is. I just appraise it as 16 And then if they want more money, I try to see if it has more gigabytes to get more money. Just because if you go back and forth too much, I've realized that sometimes they just kind of stop responding. They kind of want to quote right away. So I get the minimum amount of possible information, if that makes sense. And then for the close, I said, awesome, I can give you $230 for it. And then, you know, when you go for the close, you don't want to say anything afterwards. You want to shut up and let them talk next. And he says, when would you want to buy it? So that means he agreed to buy it. I said, tonight or tomorrow, when is good for you? So I always do that when I'm trying to meet, when I'm trying to figure out the details to meet up with them. You know, I usually like to end it with a question. So I'm leading it, you know, once they closed, right? So let's say he agreed on the price. Now we have to agree on the meetup. I always go right for the meetup. I always say, when and where would you like to meet? He said it first. So I said, all right. So he was leading towards the meetup. When is good for you? He said, tomorrow is when I pick up my new phone. Could you meet me at Best Buy at South County? I said, yes. Certain time. So I'm figuring out the details now. You know, I'm not making small talk. I'm not asking what he's getting. You know, I'm just trying to figure out the details and iron it out. He said, probably 11. My cell is, he gives me a cell. Okay, I'll shoot you a text when I get up, but that time should work. When you say tomorrow, do you mean today or Saturday? I guess it was like in the morning or at night. I wasn't sure. Later today. I said, sounds good. I'll plan on seeing you at 11, and I'll text you around 10:30. And he said, okay. And I always say that. They, if you meet up with a lot of people, you'll realize that a lot of people out there are flaky. So I always want to show I'm committed by saying that. I always say I'll text you when I'm on my way. And then sometimes if I'm driving a half an hour, I'll say, all right, I'll text you when I'm on my way. And I'll text you when I'm 5 minutes away. Because that's me reassuring them that I'm meeting up with them and I'm not flaking. And usually I'll offer a bit of information at that point. So I'll say, great, I'm on my way now. I'll be there in 25 minutes, and I'll be in a silver Toyota. And a lot of times I say thank you. When you start doing this, I probably get about 10 people a week that say thank you because I think they're thanking me for being like on point and not bullshitting and showing that I'm, you know, committed to meet up with them and I'm not going to flake on them or anything. I could tell you what I say if they say no, or you got any thoughts, Dave, or I'm just kind of winging this. What do you guys think?
Aaron, really quick, type in the chat, guys, if you have a question for Aaron about his texting. Anything that you guys would like to know. Diana says, she's just typing. Aaron, I was hoping you could share the screen and show the message. There's no way you can do that, right?
Well, let's see. Can you see it right here?
All I can see is Google right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I was sharing the screen of the.
No, just seeing the Google thing.
Oh, well, that's my fault, guys.
Eric's saying, how do you negotiate when people don't like your price? Jamie has asked, this is a good question. What's your close rate with texting versus phone calls, Aaron?
So that's a very good question. So let me answer both of those. I probably close. Man, I don't really get on the phone that much, so I don't really know the closing on the phone. I'd say through text messages, it's well below 50%. I'd say it's maybe 20%. But I'm getting I get at least 30 leads a day through messaging.
20%
so
texting is phenomenal. If you're getting 20% close rate on a text, that's excellent. Because usually you'll get a lot more text than calls.
All right, that makes sense. One of the things I do too, guys, is I target my ads specifically for the phones that I want. So about half of the ads I say is I pay cash on the spot for Samsung and iPhones that are 4 years old or newer. That way the leads that come through those ads are quality phones. I'm not getting the Walmart phones that are 5 years old with a crack in the screen that they bought for $49, if that makes sense.
You know, let me ask really quick, because I'm not sure if this is something the group wants to know about or not. What would you guys want to know from Aaron, knowing that he did 40,000 last month? Do you want to see some of his Craigslist ads, how he does his post, general questions? Type in the chat what you want to know from Aaron after he took the course, what he did to hit that 40,000.
I'd like to know those ads.
Ads? I think everybody wants to see the ads, Aaron, mostly.
Okay.
Can you show that?
Yeah, can you guys see the screen now?
Everybody's saying the ads. No, all I see is Google.
All right.
You know what? Stop sharing for a second and do it again.
Right.
So every single person said ads. I think maybe let's go towards that. Like how you do posts or stuff, like some of your posts and things of that nature.
Okay. Oops, excuse me, guys. Let's see. Can you see the Facebook now?
Yep, I see it.
All right, fantastic. So we're going to go to selling. I just want to show you guys the leads. I haven't made any new leads, any new ads on here. So look, guys, I picked up 15 devices yesterday, and I didn't even get to the Facebook because I was so busy on the apps and through texting. But I just want to show you guys all the leads. So this is, you guys see Monday. So this is just Monday. This is probably at least 30 leads and maybe 40 leads.
Those are all people messaging you from your Facebook post?
Yeah, and maybe it's closer to 50 leads.
Can you show that Facebook post?
Yeah. So let's see. Marcus. I do 3 parts to it. So I posted in the marketplace and I posted in the mobile section. You guys know where that is?
A picture of you holding a phone for your ad, and it just says, I buy smartphones and iPhones?
Yes.
Why do you put
and it doesn't have to be. Go ahead.
Why do you put the picture of the phone? Is that because it's marketplace so it doesn't get flagged?
I mix it up. Half of the images I use are of like a phone or a box, and the other ones have the money behind it.
Okay.
And this was the iPhone X, which came out, a couple days ago, so I figured that was going to draw more people's attention.
Okay.
So everything, go ahead.
Oh, and it says, I pay cash on the spot for most smartphones. All conditions, 4 years old or newer. You guys see how simple his ad is? That's why this gets a lot of calls. Now, I don't like the image, but I think it's important if you're on the marketplace so you don't get your ad flagged. So I think it's a necessity in this situation. And it works because marketplace will get you tons of calls. But the problem with marketplace is a lot of people get kicked off really quick. Have you been kicked off marketplace?
I had one of my accounts banned, so then I started the new Facebook, and that's been fine.
Okay. So be careful. With this comes with a caveat, overposting. And why did it get banned? You overpost or you put what happened?
Oh, the account didn't get banned. Just whenever I went to marketplace, it says that I'm blocked from marketplace and I can't see it anymore.
Okay, so you probably just try to beat the terms and service by doing that. But you don't have to post in marketplace to get tons of posts. You can post in groups and get a lot of calls. Do you still get a lot of messages from groups?
No, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I think I got ghosted on it. I tried it on 2 different accounts, and the first week I get a lot of, but the first week I get a lot of stuff, and then I don't get anything.
Okay. Well, if anybody wants to try the marketplace hack, you can definitely try that out and see if that works. But just, I guess I would be careful. I wouldn't want to get my Facebook account banned. So just be careful with that, of overdoing it.
Hey, Aaron, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Hey, when I kind of went to your Craigslist post and saw some of your ads. Do you go to Fiverr to create those, or did you do them yourself?
Those images?
Yes.
So I hired a VA to do all the posting of the ads, and he creates the images.
Okay, yeah, he did a great job on them because I noticed I went to Craigslist on your area just to look and see how your ads look, and I was like, wow, they pop out real well. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to mimic yours.
Oh, feel free, man.
Yeah.
I think I was reading somewhere a while ago that McDonald's, like, their colors red and yellow stand out and pop. So yep. I think you probably noticed that a lot of the borders around there were red and yellow as well.
Can you show an example? You don't have to show all your ads, Aaron, because I know that's private. But can you show one good ad or something like that for everybody? And
of course, I'll show you.
Don't copy Aaron completely because it's not fair to Aaron. But see if you can get some good ideas off of this, that would be great.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And my VA only gets paid if the ads are live. So if you guys copy it, we'll just switch up the.
Oh, you have images. A VA that you hire to post the ads for you?
Well, yes.
That's good. What a VA is, a virtual assistant. For those that don't know what a VA is, I have a girl that I pay $2 an hour, but Amy does the Craigslist and Facebook for me though. I don't pay the VA to do it, but if you can train a VA, it's definitely worth it. How much you pay your VA, Aaron?
So the deal is they post 14 live non-ghosted ads a day for $70 a week.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's a good deal.
All right, so here's one of them. I pay cash on the spot for most cell phones. And I always like to, well, here, let me find a couple better ones for you. Next. Here we go. So, yeah. So here, these are all mine right here.
I like the yellow highlights on them. Those are good. Now, do you make the ads and you give them to your VA, or do they create them?
The VA creates them.
Okay. You just train her how to do it, or what you want in there?
Yeah, I just kind of told them, I told them what I wanted. I wanted it real simple, right? People's attention spans are real short, so we don't want to have a lot of information. And if you give too much information, it confuses people. So we want to keep it real simple. So I said, we're going to make the title real simple, the description real simple, and it's basically what you probably see in the from the Facebook ad, just kind of moved for a Craigslist.
Now, I don't normally like pictures because most people do them wrong. But in this situation, Aaron's an advanced marketer, so you can see the words are very clear and easy to read. The pictures pop. The words pop out. I buy smartphones. Very simple. It's instant. It clicks with your brain right away as soon as you see it, and it doesn't give me a headache looking at it. It looks pleasant. So everything blends and it looks nice. So if you can do that, then do the images. But if you're going to come up with an image that's all over the place, can you pick a bad image on here, Aaron? Someone that's got a really crappy looking image, so I can show everybody what a crappy one would look like that not to do. Because the only reason I don't like telling people to put images is because I've seen some posts that people do on Craigslist in this group sometimes, and they're pretty rough, some of the pictures. So I just want to make sure they don't do a picture that actually hurts them.
You can choose just has the image, that way you just get all the images. I don't know if that'll make it easier or not.
Let's see. It'd be one that just has like too many words in it. If people can't digest it in like a second or two, it's probably like this is probably one.
Yeah. Oh man, that gives me a headache. Yeah, you don't want your ad looking like that. That's bad.
And you see all the words. People don't want to read all that shit.
Yep. Exactly.
I don't even want to read it, and I'm trying to figure it out for the chat.
So keep it really simple, just like Aaron's doing in his ads. Very few words, nice and easy to read. The spacing is good in between the words. That's exactly how you want to write your ads. Okay. Any other questions for Aaron, guys? Did you guys find that helpful?
I have one question.
Yes.
How do you explain a customer that their phone is a bad ESN? Because the other day I had a customer and it was for Sprint, and I tried to explain him what a bad ESN is, and he took it pretty bad.
That's a very good question. So I used to try to explain stuff to customers now, but now I really don't. I really just kind of negotiate on the price because, have you guys ever been to like a car dealership and maybe you want X amount of dollars for your car and the car dealer guy wants to give you less and he gives you 101 reasons why, and he pulls up the black book and the blue book and the purple book.
Yeah.
But deep down inside, you don't care because you're still set that your car's worth that much. Does that ever happen to you guys?
Yep.
So I think I'm always trying to analyze myself, right? So I think that customers think that way too. So I very rarely explain that it's a bad ESN. I'll just try to negotiate on the price. So would you give me like the exact thing that happened, and maybe I would kind of tell you what I might say?
We met and he had an iPhone 7 Plus, and he said it was for Sprint. Then I said, "Oh, Sprint! Oh man, yeah, Sprint." How David taught us. And then I said, "Yeah, I can do this much." This happened a while ago. I can't really remember. And then I tried to explain to him what a bad ESN. I said, "Well, is this phone in finance? Do you still own money to this phone?" And then
Stop really quick. Who's talking, by the way, right now?
Jesus.
Jesus. Hey, Jesus, how's it going? So I'm
Not too
going
bad.
to tell you that I, in the last 3 years, haven't said the word bad ESN to a customer over the telephone. The words bad ESN have not left my mouth while talking to a customer. Okay?
Oh, okay.
3 years. So, reason is nobody knows what the hell a bad ESN is.
Yeah.
The worst thing I would say is that it can't be activated by the carrier because it's financed. Simple,
Oh, okay.
stupid, easy to understand, right?
Mhm,
Customer can
yeah.
get that. Oh, it can't be activated. It's going on. Why? Well, just how Sprint is. you know, well, it's a bad ESN, which means it can't be activated because if it's financed, they flag the thing, which causes this and which that causes that. So that. You're like, goodbye. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Information overload. So,
Okay.
if it's Sprint, Sprint has the lowest selling value of any carrier. Why is
Okay.
that? Oh, because it's the way the network is set up.
Oh, okay then.
Understand, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
I
Okay.
feel too many people are worrying about too much on the phone.
Yeah.
What's the IMEI? Can you give me the gigabytes? Do you know if it's iCloud locked? People are like, the hell are you talking about? I don't even know. I just try to sell my phone, man. Right?
Yeah.
People are not phone gurus. They're just like average people. They don't know about phones. So stop scaring them away with all that stuff. Just negotiate the price. And when you get there, you look at all that stuff and you find
Dave,
out, right?
Can I comment on that real quick?
Got it.
I have a question. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Hold on. I apologize. Can I comment on that real quick?
Sure.
I have people who play that game with you back and forth all the time, and I think a lot of that question that you had has to do with the fear of them coming across to where you're not going to make a deal. You're afraid that maybe you're not going to make a deal with what you're saying. And I've seen people where I give good offers and I know for sure, and I'm definite with my appraisal. And what happens is they fail to realize that they just messaged me on Facebook and they tell me, well, I got somebody offering me more. And then they reduce the price and I see them do that like right in front of me. So you can't, I feel like you can't really have that fear in you to lose people sometimes, you know? So.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to lose, but, you know, the thing is, I think people are actually losing deals they could have by doing these things, by overcomplicating it. Keep it very simple.
Got it.
Role play is just, okay, great. Let me give you a price. I just give them a price. That's it. So Sprint, okay, cool. I could do $60 on that. Oh, I wanted $150. Oh, you know, you guys have seen me. I'm not going to do it. We already spent time doing this, right? We just go into it. But I'm not going to go, oh, well, Sprint's a bad ESN and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to verbally vomit on that person. That's what people do. They verbally puke on people. Blah, bad ESN this, IMEI, iCloud lock this, blah, blah, blah. Guys, keep it simple. Just forget about all that stuff, you know? And when you get there, then you check if it's iCloud locked. You restore the phone. You check to see if the IMEI is good, if you really want it. And if – you know, with Sprint and T-Mobile, you shouldn't even be checking the IMEI. Just buy it as a bad ESN. There should be no IMEI checking with Sprint or T-Mobile. Okay? You just buy it as a bad ESN. That's it. And you sell it as a bad ESN. Okay? People ask me in this Facebook group, they don't even know what a bad ESN is half the time. So you don't need to. All you know is that people buy them on eBay. So buy Sprint or T-Mobile as bad ESN, and when you sell it on eBay, you sell it as bad ESN. It just means it can't be activated by the carrier. Okay.
Got it.
I'm sorry, Aaron, to cut you off. Just wanted to address that because it's something that, you know, I think people kind of have an issue with sometimes.
Okay. Can I ask a question, Dave?
Sure.
This is Tamia. I don't know. I might just be reiterating exactly what you said, but you said to list what Sprint and T-Mobile as bad ESNs.
Yes.
Even if we know that it's been paid off, you said it.
No, that. Unless you have a cash receipt that shows they paid it in full, you will not know that it's paid off. I don't care if you call Sprint and they tell you it's paid off. They don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing this for 5 years, and that's why we buy Sprint as bad ESN. My employees used to call Sprint, and then they would say it's a clean ESN, and then we would sell it on eBay, and it would come back as a bad ESN all the time. So after that, I was like, screw this. We almost lost our eBay account over that. I will never buy Sprint as clean ESN or T-Mobile. You cannot. You're gambling if you do that.
Okay, thanks. I had a guy that had T-Mobile, and I was actually going to go to the store so he could pay it off. But okay,
No,
thank you.
it's useless. T-Mobile, they won't help you. Sprint won't help you. Going to the store does nothing. Just buy it as a bad ESN, sell it as a bad ESN. That's all you got to do. Yep.
So basically, when we're doing Sprint and T-Mobile, we're really not getting full value, or like you're cutting your sales short by buying
Who cares?
T-Mobile.
Who cares? So the bad ESN only drops the price $30, right? So if it would sell as a clean ESN for $280, instead you're appraising it at $250. You're still making the same profit though, because you're still
Difference of
from less than
$200 with.
What's that?
I saw a difference of like $200 with bad ESNs.
No, then you might be appraising wrong. Well, I don't know what kind of phone you're on, but there's no $200 difference because of the bad.
It was an 8+ today that I was looking at. It was 8+ 256, and there was a huge difference with bad ESNs.
Well, if it's an 8+, maybe because of the value of the phone. But here's the thing: if you buy it as a clean and it comes out bad, you're losing a lot of money.
Okay.
$300. Do you want to gamble or do you want a sure thing? I don't gamble my money. I just always.
I'd rather list it as bad. Okay, I'm just.
Exactly. Yep. If you just buy it as bad, then you can't lose. There's no risk. I like that. As a business person, I like zero risk. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
So again, guys, stick to the basics. You'll do fine. The people that stick to the basics always make the most money in this business. All right.
I have a question for Aaron.
Okay. This group chats went a lot longer than we normally go, though. So, guys, I'm gonna just give maybe 5 more minutes. You can ask Aaron any more questions, then we got to wrap it up. All right. Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. You said you went out and you sold 15, or you bought 15 phones yesterday, right?
Yes.
So when you went out there, you literally sat and you had them like get off the cloud and you erased the phone. So you sat there while they went through the whole procedure, right?
Yes.
And prior to that, did you like yourself, you checked the IMEI, you did like on your phone, you checked it out, make sure it wasn't bad?
Yes. So usually I will, having getting kind of lazy with getting the IMEIs, I'll just ask them if it's paid off and then if they can be activated. And then when I meet up with them, as long as it's an AT&T or Verizon, I have the icon of the website saved to my phone, so I'll just look it up and I'll type in the IMEI right there.
Okay.
And then, of course, I will factory reset it right in front of them.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that sounds great. I mean, you had 15 phones you bought. That's awesome. I mean, that must have been an arduous day. Also a great day. So thank you.
If you guys notice, Aaron is keeping things really simple. Everything he does is just like what I've shown you guys in the course, and like how to write an ad, he keeps it simple. How he talks to people, keeps it simple. How he does the renewing process, he keeps it simple. He's not. Are you checking even the IMEIs or Sprint or T-Mobile, Aaron?
Why would I? That's a waste of time.
Right, and I've said that multiple. Like the last month, I've been saying that in group chats, not to waste your time, but people are still doing that. But you're not, and you're doing 15 phones in a day, right? 40,000 a month. So guys, please learn from this example. Like when I say something, I've been doing this for 5 years, so just do it. Like there's a better way to do it. I would have figured out by now. I got 3 freaking stores. So, and I've sold over $2 million in phones. I've gone through everything you guys have like 100 times. So if there was a better way, I definitely would have figured it out. Okay. You're only checking AT&T and Verizon right now, Aaron, right?
Of course.
Yep.
But don't you want to check the IMEI before you meet? Because what if Find My iPhone is on and you can't reset and it just wasted your time?
So after we've agreed on the meetup spot, I will always say, all right, and then I say, if there's iCloud on the phone, will you be able to remove it, ? And then they know what that means. So they'll be like, yeah, absolutely. They'll be like, oh, I'm not sure, this is my friend's phone or whatever. Well, then, it's going to be a locked phone. But 95% of the time, they know what that means, and they're like, yeah.
Got it.
And then I'll tell you something else I do. So if it's something weird, if they say it's unlocked, so sometimes they're like, oh, yeah, it's unlocked. It can work with any carrier. I'll verify that. I'll say, all right, so you're saying this is an unlocked phone and it'll work with any carrier, right? ? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. Which company was it with before? AT&T. Okay, now when we meet up, I'm going to put different SIM cards in the phone to verify that it's unlocked. So you're sure it's unlocked, right? And they'll be like, yeah, ? Or they'll be like, yeah. And I'll be like, okay, so if it's unlocked, I'm going to give you this price. If it's not unlocked though, and the other sim and it's not unlocked, I'll give you this price. So I've been doing that a little bit because I had a spree where I met like 4 people in a row that all said their shit was unlocked and it wasn't unlocked.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't even worry about this unlock thing. So many people always ask about unlocked. I'm like, who cares if it's unlocked? Just buy it. It's Sprint, T-Mobile, Verizon, or AT&T. Don't worry about the stupid unlock thing. Like it's just like causing you unnecessary aggravation and wasting your time.
That's
a
good idea.
I tell my employees if it's unlocked, I don't give a shit. If they call me up, like I'll yell at them like I don't care if it's unlocked. Just buy it as AT&T. That's it. Because I don't like piddly stuff. Like I don't like nickel and diming for an extra $10 when I could be worrying about getting more phones in the process or just making it simple. I love simple and easy. So one thing I want to say really quick is that Aaron gets the deal before saying anything like that too. Like you make sure you work out the price before you talk about any unlock stuff, right, Aaron?
Oh yeah.
Right. You're not talking about the unlock stuff before you agree on a price either, correct?
Well, I don't even talk. They bring it up, and I've actually done what you've done a couple times. Sometimes I don't even ask the carrier. I just quote it as a bad ESN with Sprint because it keeps it simple. It's 2 conversations back and forth, and in a minute and 90 seconds, I got an address, and I'm driving to them, and I'm gonna make $70. It just keeps it simple and allows you to get more phones to flip.
Yep. Okay, guys, I think we got to wrap it up. Great questions, and thank you, Aaron, for all your help and everything like that. It's been good. We'll maybe have you on another group chat. You can do another session. If you guys want to reach out to Aaron, I authorize him to personally coach people because time-wise, I'm doing $70,000 a month in my business. I run 5 companies along with just the phone flipping. I can't do personal coaching or I'd have to charge you guys a ton of money. So Aaron's willing to do it at a pretty reasonable price. If you want some extra personal attention, he'll privately coach you and give you a little bit more personal attention if you want something like that and you want a little extra help. So I have authorized, if he does pitch that to you, it's cool with me. You guys are welcome to do that. So I don't normally do that, but I have inspected what Aaron does and everything. He's legitimate. His sales are real. He's doing the right things, and you can see he's following a lot of stuff that I'm teaching the course. So I approve it if he wants to. If anybody wants to get coached by him. Steve says, is Aaron getting license and bill of sale signed?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Aaron wasn't for a little bit, and we had to talk about that because his sales were blowing up. I'm like, Aaron.
Okay. Hey, one quick question, Dave, to Aaron. Aaron, do you go over to customer's house to pick up the phones, or do you meet them at the different spots?
I'll meet them anywhere. A lot of times, as soon as we agree on the price, I say, when and where would you like to meet? And then sometimes we just work it out. So sometimes they're mobile. They want to come to me. If you can get them to come to you, that's great. If not, I'll go to their house. And I don't buy a phone unless I'm going to make at least $50. I usually try to get about $80, if not a little bit more. So I'm totally, I got no problem driving 15, 20 minutes to meet someone at their house.
Hey, one last thing I want to mention, because someone asked, hey, Aaron, aren't you afraid about getting burned about the iCloud lock or wasting your time? Have you ever shown up and nobody was there before?
Yeah, about once a week it happens.
Yep. Have you ever shown up and what they said the phone wasn't what it was?
Multiple times a week.
Do you give a shit?
Well, of course not.
How much did you do last month on your eBay sales?
About 40,000.
Okay. So, guys, if I told you you're going to get burned once a week, 3 times a week they're going to lie about the phone, and you're going to have problems. Would you not go out and buy phones if you're going to do 40,000 a month? So, see, but the person worrying about getting burned or, oh, well, I'm going to waste my time ends up doing $1,000 a month because they're afraid. So they're trying to get, like, nickel and dime and overcomplicate things and squeeze every little bit of that customer on the phone before they meet them, scare the person away, and then they never even get the deal. So don't be so worried about someone not being there. It's part of this business, guys. I see sometimes posts of people complaining like, oh, a guy didn't show up. Like, hey, welcome to phone flipping. Like, this is like a given. It's going to happen to you. Don't complain about it. I'm going to tell you right now, people are going to lie to you. They're going to burn you, and they're not going to show up once in a while, okay? You need to accept that fact if you want to make money in business. Does that make sense? Okay? Jonathan says, I got burned today. I'm cool, though. Good, and I like that attitude. It is just part of this because complaining, whining, and worrying about it, it doesn't help us, right, guys? It doesn't do us any good. We need to do more of it because for that every one guy that burns you, 10 people sell you a phone, you make $100 profit, right? So you're making a whole lot more in the long run. But if you're worried about that one little guy who got burned and you're like, oh no, I don't want to go buy phones now. I got burned $50 on a phone. Well, you just lost $1,000 profit for the week because you're too afraid to get burned again. It's going to happen. Don't worry about it. Has anybody ever seen the return line at Walmart and customer service? There's people in that line all day long. Walmart does billions and billions of dollars in sales. Do you think all those returns are legit? You think Walmart doesn't get scammed once in a while? Walmart gets scammed daily, but guess what? They're making thousands and thousands of dollars. So be okay with an eBay scammer once in a while. Be okay with people burning you. It's all right, because as long as you continue to go, you're going to make lots of money. Does that make sense? I felt like I wanted to say that because it's something that I see a lot. It's common.
Amen.
All right, guys. So that's it. We got to end this. I see the questions keep coming in. Obviously, it seems like you guys enjoyed this group chat. It was helpful, but we got to wrap it up. So, Aaron, do you have any last words?
Yeah, I mean, Dave's right about what he says. And guys, sometimes, so I wake up, guys, and I go through a gazillion leads, right? I'll wake up, and there's something inside of me to where there's a piece of me I don't even want to respond to the leads because I know I'm going to get rejected. But I just do it anyway. And after going through 5 to 10 leads and I got a deal or two lined up, I get the momentum going throughout the day. So, you know, it's good to just push through. And I'll be driving somewhere, and I sometimes I get nervous. I'm like, man, I hope this is the real phone. Hope I didn't drive 20 minutes. But as Dave says, you just become that's part of the business, and then B, you're running the numbers. If you guys were getting more leads and you guys are picking more phones up, it wouldn't matter because you have already gotten 2 phones. You would have met up with someone else. They would have flaked, but it wouldn't matter because you have another one lined up. You know, I have it happen where people flake or they get the wrong phone, but I literally have appointments, if not multiple appointments lined up, so it doesn't affect me at all, and I don't get down because I got the leads and the appointment set, so I got the money coming in. So the one little thing doesn't irritate me at all.
All right. Well, let's thank you again, Aaron. I appreciate it. Feel free if you guys want to reach out to Aaron with any questions or anything. And good luck. Let's crush it, guys. Take this stuff. Knowing is not good enough, right? You got to apply it now. So you know the knowledge. So now that you know this, let's go put it into action and do it. Do the stuff that scares you guys, all right? I want to see on the group chat some results, and let's get more people like David having the courage to get on here, role play with me, ask some questions, and put themselves out there, all right? Jonathan said this chat was the bomb. Thanks, Jonathan. All right, guys, you have a great week, and I'll see you again. All right?